First thing I want to do, Mr. Instructor, Mr. Examiner, when I get my truck, I want to perform a safety start because I need to get my gauges working so I can inspect them properly. I want to make sure I'm in neutral. I'm going to push in my clutch and hold it down. I want to turn on my power, and I got to check my ABS light. It must come on and off within 3 to 5 seconds. There it is. It went off. Now I can crank the truck. All right. So while I'm waiting on my gauges to get where they need to be, I'm going to start with my seat belt. First of all, it must be adjustable. It goes back and forth. The seat belt itself, it's not cracked or cut. It's not coming apart. It's not frayed. I'm going to latch it, tug on it, make sure it's going to hold. I want to make sure it unlatches, and latch it again. We always do everything we tug. We always tug it twice. All right, seat belt's in good condition. My windows, I want to make sure they go up. I want to make sure they go down. Or if they're already up, I'm going to make sure they go down and back up. Either way, it doesn't matter. My mirrors are properly adjusted to myself, the driver. I can see down both sides of my trailer. My air horn, city horn. Again, my windshield, because I'm closer, I can get a better inspection of it. It's clean and clear. It's not cracked or broken, and there's no obstructions like stickers blocking the view, my view. All right, I'm going to check my oil pressure gauge first, and it is at the proper operating pressure. Coming down to my water temperature gauge, I want to make sure that it runs between 170 and 200 degrees. My voltmeter is digital here in the middle, and it needs to be between 12 and 14 volts. My air pressure gauges, I need for them to be between 120 and 140 psi, and I want to listen for the governor to kick out. While I'm waiting on that governor, I'm going to check my light indicators. So I'm going to put on my four-way flashers first. They're working. I'm going to check left, check right, and it don't matter which one you do of those first. All right, that doesn't matter, just as long as you check them. Turn on my headlights, check my high beams. So just like in a car, take the turn signal, pull it towards you. There's my indicator. There it is again. Turn off the lights. Now I'm going to check my windshield wipers. So I'm going to push the bottom in, hold it. Now in this particular truck, the pump don't work. But on your truck, wait till the water comes out. Let go. What we're looking for is any major streaks. We want to make sure there's no streaks and that the blade, the rubber blade, has full contact to the window and it is properly mounted and secured to the handle right there, the arm. We're going to check our defrost next. We're going to turn it all the way to 4. Put the selector on legs and defrost. Put it on heat. We're going to make sure we got air coming out the top. We're going to make sure we got air. You can use your arm or your leg, it don't matter, to check for air coming out the bottom. We don't got to wait for it to be warm. Just make sure there's air blowing. All right, we got good air there. Now we're going to check our parking brakes. And I'm going to start at the top, go to my tractor, and then my service brakes. First, before I check my trailer brake, I got to have 100 pounds of air, and I do. So now I'm going to check my trailer brake. Put it in first gear. Push in the tractor. Wait for that to settle. All right, once I no longer hear the air, 2 tugs. Nice and easy on the clutch. All right, one more time. All right, my trailer brakes are holding. So now I'm going to test my tractor. Release the trailer. I still got more than 100 pounds of air, so we're good. Wait for that to settle. I don't hear no air anymore. I'll watch the front of my tractor do like this when I test my tractor. All right, one more time. All right, tractor brakes are holding. Now I'm going to test my service brake. So I'm going to release both brakes, stay in gear the whole time. going to ease out. I'm going to just idle out. I'm going to count to 5. Slam the clutch and the brake. And do not hold the wheel. But right now, I just don't have the space where I'm parked. But on the Davy test, you just idle out. I'm going to do it a little. Slam the brake, but you would count to 5. All right. The wheel didn't move and didn't truck stop. It did. So, service brakes work. Now we're ready for our 7-step air brake test. I'm going to start off at 0. Nothing done. So I go to neutral, pull both brakes out, all right, and turn off my truck. All right, Mr. Examiner, I'm going to explain to you each step and then do it after I explain it. Step 1, I'm going to turn on the truck to build the pressure to 120 to 140 psi, and I'm going to listen for the governor to kick out. Now that I've said it, I'm going to do it. All right, I've cranked the truck. I'm waiting for my pressure to get to 120 to 140. Now I'm just waiting on the governor. And we're going to get it there a little faster, so give it a little fuel. Up close to about 1,000 RPMs. You need to go no higher than that. We just want to get it there quicker, that's all. Proper pressure. Now we're just waiting on that governor. There we go. All right. Mr. Examiner, the governor just kicked out, so now I'm ready for step 2. Step 2, I want to put the truck in gear and then turn off the engine. And any gear is fine. Don't matter. All right. 2nd, 3rd, 10th. Reverse. Don't matter. I just always do it first. Turn off the truck. Now the truck is stopped, let your clutch out. All right, Mr. Examiner, step 3. I'm going to turn on the power to the dash, but not the engine. So click it that way. I know I've done it right because my gauges are sweeping and I can hear that buzzer come on. That lets me know I did it right. Step 4. The way I remember step 4 is what's half of 4? 2. There's 2 things we got to push in right here. So step 4, push in these 2. Push in our valves. Wait for that to settle. But while we're waiting on that to settle, step 5. I want to roll down my windows so that I can listen for air leaks. All right, windows are already down, so we're good. Step 6 is my first brake test. I'm going to apply light pressure to the brake pedal for 1 minute, and I cannot lose no more than 4 psi. So I'm going to rest my foot. Just simply the weight of my foot, enough to turn on the brake lights on the trailer. That's it. For 1 minute, starting now. And remember, on the Davy test, you can use your watch, set up a timer on your phone. Either one's acceptable. But you got to do it for the whole minute. All right. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to tell the examiner. All right. I don't hear no air leaks. So far, I haven't lost no more than 4 psi. I've still got light pressure on the brake. We still got a little bit of time to go. You know, talk to them as you're doing things. Explain to them. And make your examiner like your student. All right? Explain in detail what you're doing. Because believe me, if you do that, you'll really impress the hell out of them. We got 10 seconds to go. I still don't hear no air. We still haven't lost any or 4 pounds of pressure. All right, and we're good. All right. Being that the truck passes the test, I'm now ready for step 7. Step 7, I'm going to pump the brakes at first down to around 55 psi, and 2 things will happen at that point. My low warning light and my low warning buzzer will both come on. So I pump. Wait till that light is on good and solid. Right there. All right. We have now pumped down to around 55 PSI. We can hear our buzzer, and there's our light, telling us our low pressure light. Now I'm going to keep pumping down to between 20 and 40 PSI. And at that point, my valves will pop out. They must pop out on their own. And it can be one at a time or both at a time. It doesn't matter. So pump down. All right, there's one. All right, there's the other one. So, Mr. Examiner, being that both of our valves have popped out, that tells me that my spring brakes are working properly. All right, now at this point, the examiner is going to ask you, because we did everything right, he's going to ask you, are you satisfied with your pre-trip? Think about it before you answer, okay? Because once you say yes, that's it. Anything you think of after you answer him, it doesn't matter, because you end the pre-trip, not him. All right? So right now, I'm trying to think of what I might have missed. You know, did I miss anything under the engine, or did I miss any lights? Did I miss anything on the inside? You know what, Mr. Examiner, I can't think of anything. So, oh, goodness. I can't think of anything, so yeah, I'm satisfied with my pre-trip. And at this point, he'll say, okay, you've passed the pre-trip, and we're going to now go check out the lights. And he'll tell you how to do the lights, man. That's simple stuff. He'll probably just tell you, get in the truck, you know, turn on the headlights, get out, go look at the headlights. All right, get back in the truck, you know, put on your four-ways. You'll get back out and go check your four-ways. You're just checking lights, man. Mm-hmm. That's simple stuff. I don't bother doing that with y'all because it's kid stuff, man. That's easy. But if he asks you, are you sure you want to go with those 7 steps? That's not good. That means you did something wrong on the 7-step air brake test. And you have to start over at step 1. Even if you remember what you missed, you got to start all over. And you get 3 chances on y'all's test to get the 7-step air brake test correct. Now, if you get it right after the second time, then he'll ask you, are you satisfied with your pre-trip? All right, and at that point, you just move on, then you go on to the skills. Any questions?